we do watch how tariffs affect certain sectors in certain stocks. So if you look at a stock like Nike, right, big importer, right, stock like Apple, big importer, et cetera. The short interest has remained very high in those import-sensitive importers, right? And that's telling you that the short interest is saying, we don't think that SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, will actually overturn the tariffs,
which is coming any day now. This ruling,
because if they thought for 1 second that SCOTUS was going to do that, you'd see tremendous cover.
Okay, so let's just for the viewer who maybe isn't like on top of tariffs all the time, and again, we're not tariff mavens, but we do follow this as a big story. Trump did cross the board tariffs, backed off a lot of them, but he did it under authority that's called under some sort of emergency authority known as IEPA. Some sort of emergency act saying that, if it's a national emergency, I can enact a tariff.
Right.
And so there it goes. So he bypassed the usual protocol, which is getting congressional approval for something that impacts the fiscal, it impacts the budget and the fiscal stability of the United States. I mean, that's usually it's usually mandated by Congress that they have to do these tariffs. Smoot-Hawley was the big tariff act.
Smoot-Hawley. Yes.
Smoot-Hawley. It's Hawley, actually, not Harley.
Right.
Hawley. That was, I think, in 1930.
That's right.
Enacted by Herbert Hoover.
Right.
A lot of people think it was one of the causes of the Great Depression because it essentially enacted all these tariffs, and it kind of slowed down global trade and exchange of funds and currency inflows and outflows. So I'm not saying I agree with that. I think the Great Depression was a lot of factors, including the fact that we raised interest rates at a time when we needed liquidity in the system. But be that as it may, that was a congressional mandate, right? It was literally Smoot-Hawley was Congress. Mr. Smoot, Mr. Hawley. Don't ask me who they are. Their first names. And Herbert Hoover signed it into law. Trump didn't do that. So the conventional wisdom is that the Supreme Court is going to say, no, this is like you went beyond your sort of authority as president, executive authority, and the questions during the interrogatory between the government lawyers and the Supreme Court and the justices suggest that they were going to say no, that these tariffs are unconstitutional, and then Trump would.
Markets don't believe that,
but the markets you're saying don't believe that.
No, they do not.
Oh, there's a ballsy prediction.
Well, it's not a prediction. It's what the data says. And that's one thing about, our company is that a good day for us is when it's 50-50. 50% of the people love us and 50% of the people hate us. It means we're doing our job. We're calling balls and strikes. That is what the data is saying to us. And that's why people use our data.